Okay, so now we're back here in the sun chamber. Oh, really? I didn't think I'd walked in far enough that the war wasps detected me. Well, fine then. You guys want to play it that way? I'll play it that way. I was gonna have to destroy their homes anyway, so fine with me. Hate war wasps. There we go. With this room, just like the Arboretum and the room before the charge beam upgrade, we need to find all the runic symbols, which isn't too bad. Two on the pillars, and then two behind these things that require super missiles to blow up. So, having scanned all those, the giant metal covering there opens up, and we can finally make our way back up here. This really long climb, too. And unfortunately, these blocks will break, but I think you can pretty much do this, and it makes it a little bit safer, because, of course, these guys going around the perimeters will knock you right off. Unfortunately, pressing the control stick at any point during that apparently screws all of it up. Okay. Want to make sure I was pressing up against the wall, though. My bad. Go, go, go! Oh, thank God. No. What the hell? There we go. And there are Chozo ghosts that will kind of taunt you through this hallway. Taunt you / lead you through to the room you are trying to get to. Of course, we've already been through here the other direction before, so I guess they don't really need to lead you anywhere. Just gotta make it back into here where we fought Flogra. And, of course, more Chozo ghosts. They're like becoming the most common enemies in the Chozo Ruin areas. And apparently, I shot that too soon. I'm just going to try and focus on, like, one of these guys at a time and take them out. Especially since this room's so big and open. Well, so much for that. He evaded my tracking. Whoa. Hey, come on, charge. The problem with only focusing on one of them means that you're not paying attention to the others, so it's pretty easy for them to, like, land charge shots on you. What a bastard. Any of those super missiles do home in, when they teleport around like that, even though you can see them, apparently your missile won't be able to guide itself to them. So, I guess keep that in mind if you're running low on missiles, which I sort of am now. There we go. Not too bad, though. There it is. I saw him go that direction, I just couldn't see where he was at the time. That's a good way to keep track of him. Die! Oh, that must have been the one I had started on originally. And there you can see the plants that were covering up that, the way I came in originally way back in, like, episode 3 or whatever it was when I fought Flogra. They finally went away. So, now we just need to jump up on Flogra's dead body, pick up another Chozo artifact. And as for the Chozo Ruins itself, I don't think that there's all that much left to collect. Because, I mean, there's... You can go back into these old areas, and I can't think of anything that's in them except for in this room, where there's something I need to go get, but I can't do it right now anyway. I'm still missing the power-up for that. Yeah, that's pretty much everything around here. So now it's time to go back into Magmoor. And of course I promptly forget which direction to go to do that. The one way while I was already facing. Cool. Okay, well, I'm just going to see you guys at the bottom of the elevator going to Magmoor, as I just came through here and I'm sure you can figure your way back through. Okay, so now we're back in Magmoor, and I've completely lost track of like how many episodes I've recorded in this session. So this may be the beginning of an episode or not. Point is, there's a few things we need to get done in here. Now, in one of these upcoming rooms, I think I can get a Chozo artifact. There we go. And the next main power-up that I want to pick up is in here. Not to mention an upgrade to one of the ones we've already got. So, plenty of stuff to do in Magmoor now. It's just, you know, I had to wait till practically the end of the game to be able to do all the stuff. Okay, this guy, no longer a problem. That's why. Yep, and it's the very first one of these big stalactite pillars that you find that has the artifact. Just shoot it with a super missile. Could have done that a long time ago, but the X-ray visor lets you actually see and know where it's at. So, we're actually racking these things up pretty well now. That's just under half of them. And it shouldn't be too big a deal to go get the rest. Obviously, can't do it all right now, but whatever. At least it's not as bad as the Triforce pieces at the end of Wind Waker. Everyone really hates that part of the game. I don't think it's really all that bad. And even though you don't have, well, you have a bit of an in-game guide for these, because, you know, when you go and scan them at the original area, near where your ship landed at, I think I don't actually remember what they call it, but there's like a big temple thing that you can go to and scan all the stuff. I did it earlier in this series. That basically gives you a bunch of hints as to where everything is. If you need them, well, they're there. And in this room with the X-ray visor, we can see there's plenty of platforms that we couldn't get to before. That one feels like it's too far out. I blame these boxes. They're in my way. Okay. Yeah, you can just jump out to these. I think as you stand on them, they begin to sink. Yeah, they do. You get to here. You can see there's no way we could have done that without prior knowledge or the X-ray visor. And behind that, more missile. So yeah, a lot of this collection just has to be put off until mostly at the end of the game. But crap. I don't really mind that about it. Just means that you can spend a lot of time getting lost and having fun exploring everything, which is what Metroid's supposed to be. I don't really care for how all the newer games have hint systems and crap. The first one to do that is Metroid Fusion, which it's okay game, I guess. I just kind of wish it didn't tell you everything, like, right from the beginning. You know what, screw it. I don't care about killing these guys. I don't feel like it. Oh no, they're blowing my butt up. Come into this room though, and just like one of the pipes in Super Metroid, lay a power bomb and it blows out the sides. And underneath it, kind of picked up quickly there, but we get a new upgrade for the Ice Beam. It is the Ice Spreader, which is probably the second best of these upgrades in my opinion. It's like Super Missile's definitely the best, but this was a pretty good one. Yeah, it's backwards. I don't want to go backwards. We're finally going to go this way! I know I have not gone down this hall like the entire game, and it's sort of funny, I guess, because it does provide a pretty decent area to go through. Kind of connects everything together. But, oh well. I have found ways to get around it, I guess. I don't think I've ever actually gone this long into the game without having gone through here. Because there's definitely a lot of stuff to get in here. Or at least one power-up. And it feels like a memorable room to me because I guess of the big Magmoor dragon thing and these tightrope stuff with the morph ball, blah, things, missile expansion gets. Then it drops you right back here on the Triclops, who's gonna toss me right into the lava. Whatever. Time to move on. Whoa. Yeah, can we stop spitting fire? I guess it didn't matter, I fell in the lava anyway. Yeah. That room and this room, they're like, I don't know, quintessentially part of the Magmoor Caverns that I can't forget. Yet, notice I hadn't been through this entire playthrough. And it just felt weird. Of course, I forgot where they were in it. That's okay. You head back up there to get to the Chozo, or not the Chozo Ruins, but back into the overworld, but I don't care to. I'd rather go over here. And this thing kinda doesn't serve much of a purpose anymore, now that I've got the gravity suit and space jump and stuff. Yeah, let's see. Take out those guys, just so they don't knock me out of doing this. And whereas the grapple beam in this game's okay, I feel like they did a much better job with it in the next game, because you can actually shoot while using it. And even though the multiplayer of Metroid Prime 2 wasn't that great, that was something we had a lot of fun doing as kids. Just using the grapple beam and the giant turret right in front of the grapple beam, just to see how long someone could stay swinging around before the person in the turret managed to shoot them down. Unfortunately, we all seemed to get well enough using the turret that it was easy to just take out the grapple beamer. It was still fun while it lasted, though. And this place, now strangely missing the Fire Clan guys, has the next power-up that I want to get. The only problem is actually making it up there to it. As, for whatever reason, I seem to have forgotten how to get up there. Like, I don't think I can just jump up to that platform. There needs to be another one that I use as an intermediary. Yep, over here. There we are. Aha, that's what it is. See, you couldn't do this because it didn't have the grapple beam, and I don't know how to do all the glitch jumps. But there are glitchy jumps you could do to get up here earlier. Actually, this can be like one of the first things you pick up. It's kind of ridiculous. But this is definitely a power-up worth getting. Well, you have to get it anyway. Point is that it's a freaking amazing weapon. So, I'm excited to get it. Pretty much will make all the other beam weapons null and void or pointless. Whoa! Let's not go flying past the things I need to use. Oh, I just remembered something in the Chozo Ruins that I could go and get, or a room that I need to go explore more fully. I'll do that stuff later. Okay, now we have a whole bunch of spider ball tracks to go across. Which is why it reminded me of the other area. On the whole, it isn't really too bad. It's just a lot of holding the R button. And preferably not stopping when you move, because, yeah, it seems to screw up the game's sense of what direction's going to go where. Oh boy. There we go. Yeah, just hold R as you go down the slope. I couldn't remember if I had to try and, like, boost up there or not. Oh, just go down. There we go. You can really see the electrical magnet thing strand that the spider ball uses to attach itself when you do this. At least if you're being as paranoid as I am, because I really don't feel like falling off of this and having to work my way all the way back up. Huge pain in the butt. You could do that without bombs, but why would you? It takes like 3 times as long. And just try and work your way past these things without them knocking you off. Because if they hit you, you will go flying. And it will suck. Alright, finally, after all that tracking around the morph ball things, we made it to the most powerful beam in the game. And a fitting place for it too, because it is the plasma beam. Which, of course, shoots out a stream of fire. Like, it's so amazingly powerful. It will kill most enemies in one shot, at least all the small ones, and if it doesn't kill them in one shot with a regular blast, a charged one will. This, of course, excludes bosses, but, you know, that shouldn't have to be explained. Unfortunately, it does have a pretty crappy range. You can see I can barely hit that wall using charge shots. And apparently those guys are immune to fire. Makes sense, they are in the Magmoor Caverns. So, now that I have this power-up, I feel that, this is a pretty good place to leave off the part. Next time, I guess exploration item collecting. I want to do as much of that as I can now that I have nearly every power-up before I go and, you know, deal with the next boss. Which is the next thing to do. Yay! So, I will see you guys next time on Let's Play Metroid Prime. By the way, I'll be starting from the save room, I think. So, see you guys then.